Start streaming. Cannot access a specified channel or stream key. Please double click your stream key. But which one? Alright. So I see Google or YouTube works fine. And Twitch is working fine. Okay, that's only mildly concerning. Cool. Cool. Alright, I will accept that. Cool. Let's go over to my Twitch stream and grab the description from there. Brand, Planto, Heists, Solodev stream. Joining on my journey, and now I have to go grab all my idents. Twitch. And where's my blue sky? Blue sky. Copy link to profile. Do that. Alright. Cool. Let me slap that stream up there. That stream up there. Now I have both streams. Check the stream health. They are both nice. Got a nice healthy 12 megabits per second down. Okay. Today's goal text. One more house. Houseway. House. Then on to plant stuff. Alright. Lord of mercy. Alright. House stuff. Let me actually... no, because I want to leave my... Actually, I could put that over on that monitor. I have a lot of monitors. Monitors for days. Okay. Alright. So I've been working on this for most of the day. Off and on in between animation tutorials. I'm scared to start work on the animations. I think the animation is going to be the last thing I'm going to touch. Aside from the needful. But I want to get everything else done before I dive into that, because I feel like that's either going to be very simple or going to be very consume my life. But animations are one of those things that's like the minutes you put into it are the minutes you get out of it. I don't see animation as being this horrible pit of time. Or at the very least, the pit of time is something that I can have an idea of how much work and quality I get out of it, directly tied to how much effort I put into it. Alright, where oh, is that thing making two different export files? Oh, thank God it's only making one. That would very quickly become an absolutely untenable mess. I mean, hell, my PC's already getting full up on most of my drives already. I need to just get more storage. But that's neither here nor there. What I want to do now is grab this white detail, tab in, with face orientation, move my cursor there, Shift A, cube, and minimize down that, put it in the X. G, Shift X to there. Ooh. GX, and move you just inside the brick wall. 3, echo over there. Another echo in there. Grab those two. Let me look at the rest of the YouTube things. Automatic chapters, automatic places, automatic concept. Huh. Stream language. Stream language is in United States English, the pig English. Title and description is also in pig English. See YouTube license, yeah, whatever. Comments and ratings, Save. Alright. Back here, E straight down, another E. Getting a lot better at this. What's going to be sad is I'm going to be an expert at making houses right about the time I finish making the last house. Those two, and those two, and those two. It's beautiful. Now... Already give myself a thumbs up on the YouTube stream. Hey, one single view from me is one more view than I would have had. All it takes is a single view. Up to Z, click you in there. Transparent mode. Turn that off. GX. Plug it a little more in. Tap back out. And back out even more. Windows. Let me go ahead and put a texture on you. Windows. Texture. I think it's just window texture is the name of it. Grab you. Just need a random bright color. And you know what? I also need to get a link to my Discord. Because eventually people are gonna join. there. Save. Okay. Back. Beautimus. Alright. Onward, further toward the glory. So, how would I do this? Let me go to walls. Grab that border, Shift D, P, separate by selection, remove. Go there. That was still in edit mode. Go there, remove that texture. And nope. Wipe the tail. Control join. Oh, mercy. And this is going to be the white material. Because every house has white accents. I don't know why it's always white. But it is. In this case. Tab in. Select all that. GX. Bring about halfway. Extrude. S in the Shift X. That was pretty good. Grab that, move it down a bit. Perfecto. And grab both sides. And extrude on the X. Alright. And then transparent mode. Grab all those verts. And then very slightly expand them. Alright. Good, 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 good. I like that. Onward. Shift right click to get the cursor there. Shift A, add a cube. Minimize that motherfucker. And let's take a look at the other one. Yeah, it's about the right size. G on the Shift X. Hold Shift and very slightly move you in. GX and very slightly move you about halfway between the brick wall and the window. Let's further and smallify you. And then move you further into that corner. Alright. Now, let me grab that face there. Move you over there. And then move you more further into El Wallow. Grab those two faces. We're extruding up now. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's stump. Your setup and avatar look awesome. If you need help overlays and most stream branding, I do custom Twitch work. I mean Discord. Forgive me for being a little wary of random solicitation on my stream. No offense, it's just... Oh, you've already left. Oh well. Sort of like when you get spam calls, or someone calls you and then hangs up, or you just never get around to picking up the phone before the thing stops ringing. If they really want you, they'll call you again. It's gonna be interesting managing two different streams of chat if one of these two pop off horde. Alright. And let's go ahead and check the face orientations. Yep. The last face that I manage on each of these is getting puzzled. Come on, there we go. Alt and flip. Alt and flip. Alt and beep. Just noticed that guy said my avatar looks awesome. The slip logo. Actually, what even is the slip logo? Slip logo NFPA. Slipping person logo. Slipping person logo OSHA? This is looking a lot closer. How far am I willing to go to actually care about this? Oh. Was sort of hoping the actual text would be there. Maybe it'll be here. Oh, God. Sign. Okay. I think I am... Yep. I'm done caring about that. Onward to further. Alright. That back out. Alright. Oh, I need to turn stream mode on my Discord. Oh, whoopsie doodles. Alright. Back to the bullshit. Shift D Y. Slide that in. Shift D Z. Slide that in. And Shift D Y. Looking all right. Let's do another Shift D Y. Move you over there. And then GX corner, as seen in the smash hit browsing experience Opera GX, the not sponsor of today's stream. I'm getting way too much use out of that joke. GX. Okay. Back to X. Oh. GY. Move you over. GZ, move you down. Shift D, Y. And Shift D, Y. Beautiful. Okay. Maybe the outer edge of this one can be a little wider. S. Yeah. Yeah. So long as the lines are well defined. Oh, there's a window up there. How to get... do this. Shift D. Pop you up there. Now you are smaller, so SZ. And then SY. And then centralize you. That'll do. Yeah. It's fine. Alright, and then tab into there. Grab one of these windows. Slap you as dead center as I can there. Oh, and then yeah, both of these need to be brought upwards, so GX. Probably far enough. There. Nope. The detail. There we go. And then GX. That almost looks good. Let me go over to the wall. 1. And then go here. I think it's control right click. Control right click. Control right click. And control right click. And those two fill. How far back are you? Not too far back. That's good. GX, move you forward. And get rid of transparency. GX. Beautiful. Alright. Put you there. And you there. And you there. And you there. And you there. Yeah, and just keep the star going. Hello, second person. Welcome to the chat. There. And there. And then delete that edge, and that should also, yep, free up those. Shift there, there. There and there. There and there. Make sure all 4 of these get selected. Alright, I have been pinged. Is that something I can ignore? I do not know. I don't know from whence I was pinged. Oh. There. Alright. Minimize that again. Okie dokie. Tab back in. That's looking pretty good. Let me switch to 2 and extrude that in the X inward. That's looking pretty good. Bit of a giant empty space here. I think the actual house is this front section is a lot more like crunched inward, but tis what tis. Now go down here, click there, tap into edit mode, move the move the cursor there, shift a cube, and this front door has 2 parallel windows going all the way down it. So think make 1 box and then make a box in the box. Should suffice. 3, extrude downward. Grab both of these, extrude sideways. I recently watched another little YouTube documentary on the day before. I could get a lot of attention, a lot of easy win just by flipping assets. I mean, I could make a Grand Planto Heists that is just every asset I use is just an asset that I buy, the cheapest asset on the store applicable to what I need. And like $1,000 worth of assets, and yeah, I have a video game. But I don't know. Doesn't feel right. Like, if I didn't have any sort of respect for gaming, then yeah, it's an easy decision. But I like gaming. And stuff like the day before made it worse. Or at least it exemplifies the worst aspects of the industry. And I'd rather not feed those aspects. Alright, let's get the measurement tool. And looking for about a 3-foot wide doorway. W. Let me actually get the crossbars in, then I can move the crossbars. It's a single unit rather than dealing with these 4 separate sets of vertices. Grab those 2, GG. Move them closer. Fill, 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 and then fill. Back to 1, and 1, 1, 1. In, und, in. one of the most impressive things I've seen in a long while. It's just watching a German just speak their language at their normal pace. It's dazzling. I could probably, if I put my effort into it, learn enough German to understand what they're saying in isolation. But then, there's going off to the races and speaking as fast as a human can speak. And you're like, I love the words you're saying. I don't know the words you're saying. Alright, 2 3/4. What is that? I have a little mat here. 2 3/4. About to there. Nah, I'm gonna full 3 feet on this. Then again, yeah, it's fine. Okie dokie. Move out of white detail into Windows. W. Shift right click there. Shift A, add a cube. Where was the cube added? Huh. What have I done? Hey, there's a cube. That's its own little object. Oh. Darn it. Well, that was doom. And yeah, let me just grab all that. Delete. And I can just redo it. I wish I could hit this X-ray hotkey Alt-Z, but it brings up a stupid NVIDIA overlay. Can I just disable this? How do I go about disabling this? What? Alt-Z. Settings. Apparently I can't. Or at least I'm not going to bother getting to the bottom of it right now, because I am on a roll. Grab that, move that into there. SY, expand it just a tad. Move you in again, just a tad. And then 3. Grab this, extrude to the bottom. Wait, don't extrude. I don't need a second face. Oh, god damn it. Fill and then face. GZ. Beautiful. Go into transparency. Select it all. Shift D, Y. And then go to front facing view. And then click on that. GY. Butamus. Alright. Go off transparency mode. Looking good so far. A nice natural wood door is next. The wood door has a large glass insert in the center. I want to preserve that as best I can. So, now that I'm looking at it, this window also extends down probably to there, but that's an easy fix. In fact, I want to fix that one first. So that face. Oh, GZ. Get down to there. Then next on the moving block, wipe the tail. Whoop. And get that back in. GZ. And finally that, GZ. Beautiful. Okay, now it's a little too tall. Why is it a little too tall? Did I make this door too short? I was aiming for like 8 feet. Nah. Yeah, it's about what I expect there. And that ends where... Oh, you know what? That needs to come down a little bit. Because it ends right at that line. I'm pretty sure that's where I'm feeling this discrepancy. So, transparency mode. I'm still in measurement. W to switch back to the object manipulating thing. Tab. Go there, tab. Grab all of those, back to X, DZ. Once again, Butamus. Tab to the walls. And this might get a little hairy. Might get a little hotter. Obligatory fuck JK rolling. Hot takes only on this live stream. Oh, what are you? Oh. Part of that is that the mesh is not enjoying being stretched like that. So let me go into here. And just divvy it all out into triangles. And then delete that face. And grab that and that. That and that. And that. That and that. I'm not just saying that. The edge is still there. Oh. What? Alright, that worked very nicely. I love when things are simple. Alright. I get rid of that. I don't need the camera. Alright. Oh, when Google Street View took a photo of this house, it took it like right after a nuclear explosion. Because this house is so washed out. I don't even have the excuse of it being an old picture. It was taken in 2024. How tall is this door again? Door feels very tall. That's normal God-fearing door height. Oh well. Shift A. Mesh. Cube. Move you down. S and the Z. That's a negative Z. Oh lord, what the hell? Okay. Let me just... GX. Okie dokie. Go into edit mode. Click that bottom one. GZ it up. And then SX. SX. And then SY. And then GX. Okay. So I need to punch a hole in this and have two little squares down there. So... what am I going to do? Shift A, add a UV sphere with 16 and 16, and where is it? Oh, it's all the way back there. Yep. Actually, it's 8 and 8. The X. GX. There it is. Oh, what the hell? Thing has a billion edges. God damn it. Shift right click. Shift A. UV sphere. 87 rings. Alright. And let's move you out so I can delicately tear the bits from you that I want. Like a deranged child taking the wings off a butterfly. I think it was a Chevelle music video that had something like that. I remember when I was a kid thinking it was the hardest thing on earth. Just crazy insano. Chevelle's still pretty cool. Whoa, where's... what? Okay, just do this. Okay. Just delete that edge. Fill those. And fill those. Select all y'all. Back to X. And it's sort of there. S in the Z. And this goes for like 2/3 of the door. GZ. Yep, that's about right. Inch that over. Alright. Now I need to plug this in. Let me go here. I feel like I'm gonna need to subdivide this out. Oh, did I also do the back? I did. Yeah, I only care about the front side of this. Subdivide. Subdivide. And subdivide. Alright. GG. Alright, so that's there. G. And then I think that one just stays there. And that one goes there. And then subdivide. 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 And then one more subdivision there. That one goes to about there. Oh, no, it doesn't. Yeah, both of those move over. GY. GY. Subdivide. Oh, god damn it. Subdivide. 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 GY. Move you over there. Nope, actually. Just move you over to there. GY. And subdivide. GY. Okay. Now, those two. Oh, hold on. Why do I see multiple faces there? Oh, good lord. What on earth? Delete edges. Oh, Christ. Oh, that's interesting. Why the hell? Weird. Okay. Oh. Delete that vert. Delete that vert. Okay. Yeah, subdivide that. Merge that center. Easy. Delete that edge. Oh, god damn it. None of these are actually freaking connected. Delete that vert back there. Now, are all of them like this? Okay, that one needs an extra point. Merge at center. Weird. Why was it only that one where that happened? Go there, go there, go there. Now that cheesy, get more in line. Okay. Now GX. Beautiness. Why is there that crease there? What? Oh, Jesus Christ. 2, 2. Extruding X. It. Jesus. Huh. Alright. Extrude that in the X. Interesting. What on earth is going on with the geometry back there? Okay, there. Dissolve that vert. Extrude the X. Check it from the Y side. And move that a little bit back. Go between those two. Thankfully, there's a back end of the thing. Doesn't really need all that much detail. Just needs enough to keep the void behind it from peeking through. All right. Next. Okay, that thing has to move back. GX. Alright, what am I doing here? I am going into X mode, F, and just make triangles out of everything. This might end up with some really fucky-wucky geometry. Whoa. Actually, on that note, let me do 2 across those two, subdivide, and GG those down, just so there's a somewhat clean place to attach these two. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. My guild's running a little Heart of Thorns train in Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 has some wonderful design with how it does events. It's like a lot of events are on the clock, they're timed, which means that you can plan around them. You can plan to have guild events centered around, like we're doing Heart of Thorns metas. You know, they recur every 2 hours, and in this 2-hour segment, we're doing Tangled Depths, Orc Basin, and Dragon Stand. And those metas are understood enough by the community that it's sort of blasé to do them. All you need to do is just tag up, be chill, be a happy presence in map chat, and people are happy to come along. I drunk a lot. Talked a lot. Haven't drunk too much. And extrude on the X inward. And then back to there. Oh, actually, back to there. Wait, really? No. Shift D. E by selection. Rename that to front door. Grab that and Windows. And Control J to join. Move, yep, and it renamed it Windows. Alright, and back into edit mode. Grab all that. Extrude on the X. Oh wait, first, let's scale up just un bit. And then extrude inward. Then what? Isolate. Actually, let me start by slicing this. And then selecting that. Fill. God, I love when that shortcut works. And select all that garbo. All that garbaje. GX, move you in. And then extrude on the X. Alright. It is coming together. Another check. Face orientation. Okay, there's some repairs needed. Not nearly as bad as it could be. We go back into edit mode. Looks like that thing just started off wrongly facing. That's not a problem. Flip. And then select the edging there. 3 and 3. Alt and flip. And then walls, like those 3, alt and flip. And it's looking good. Go there, unset. It's looking damn fine. What's the garage situation here? The garage situation is unknown on Street View due to the fact that the house is obscured. It does look like there are 2 cars. And these 3 windows here in succession tells me that, like, that line there, all of that is a garage, and that might be an attic or a special bedroom. Might want to put a window or 2 up there just to cross my T's and dot my I's. Actually, I need to use the restroom. So, let me just zoom in here. BRB, bio. And then pause the timer. Be right back. set that timer to go again. Delete that. Oh, saved offline there. Refresh. Oh. I really hope that that saves, because I just really hope this saves. Okay, more so I really hope it does its thing sooner than later. Alright. What is left here? I guess just the shutters? And then the sconces. Shift A, mesh, cube. Control Z. Okay. Control Z. Shift right click, Control A, mesh, cube. And then give that the shutters object. Scale on the Y. That's about right. Scale on the Z. That's about right. Let me hit up the X orthogonal. Little thinner on the Y. Yeah, like these monitor shutters don't actually cover the whole thing. They're just like a cruel joke. Right, Shift D Y. Yeah, that's about right. Oh. Let me select both of those. Scale in the X. Unimus. Oh, darn it. Select both of those. Join. Enter edit mode. And transparent. Select that. X on. Shift D to duplicate. Move it there. Shift D again. Shift D on the Z this time to get you down there. And Shift D on the Y to move you over there. Shift D on the Y. One more move over. Shift D on the Y. Beautiful. I think all four of those need to be moved just a tad bit down. Grab that. Shift D, let's move you up to there. Shift D to there, and I'll worry about scaling later. Just want to get these babies positioned. I don't like the trend of putting these little like decorative shutters on houses. It just doesn't feel right. Like if you put shutters on a house, I mean, for one, the shutters should be big enough to cover the whole window. But two, like you put shutters on a house and then you staple the shutters to the house wall. Like you can't use the shutters. Shift D Y. Whoop. Shift D Y. And one more Shift D Y. Double check everything has shutters. It needs shutters. It do. And I think select all of these and bring them up. Oh, a little more. Yep. It looks good. And I've just now noticed that this roof here... No, never mind. I didn't notice anything. I never noticed anything. Okay. So, back to the X. And... Huh. I have to do transparent. Untransparent. GY or GZ. Move you up. Try that again. Untransparentize. Move you in. Select transparent. Select you. Move you in. Back to transparent. That's not transparent. That's transparent. Translucent? What's it called? X-ray. And then back to there. GY. What? Alright. Oh, I've just noticed that those two windows are kind of skewed a bit. I'll deal with that once I get these window slats. God damn it. Alright. Tab over to not windows, to window detail. And select those. Back transparency, GY. A little more. Much better. All right. Just give the shutters a material. Don't use nodes. Bleak. Specular. And let's say half roughness. And then the door gets door material. And that is a brown, which is somewhat reddish. No, it's just brown. How do I get brown? What the hell is brown? You know what? I'm curious. Look it up. brown code. Oh. Oh, it's like it's between red and orange. That makes sense. Yeah, it's basically the color I'm looking for. I do see a little bit of a difference there, so damn it. And there. And there. SX0. Alright, that seems to fix that. Oh yeah, what's the side of the house looking like? It won't matter for this release. And wow, there is nothing on that side of the house. Damn, there's one window up at the top there, and I don't really need to bother with that. Over to here, walls. Let's punch 1, 2, and 3, 4, and then move them over to where I need. Make faces. Faces. And delete edges. Delete edges. 3 and 3. GG. That's how I meant to do. GY. Oh, GX. Oh, right. I need to determine where I want these. Well. 8.5 feet is about the standard size for a garage door, so one of those, and then from there to there. Right. And with those two so don't confuse me. And the height, about 10 feet, which is the normal garage door height. Actually, I think it's closer to 8 feet. Question is, do I care? What would 8 feet look like? Yeah, let's care. Oh. All right. Go back in. Grab these edges. Okay, let me dissolve that vert. I don't need that vert. And now extrude in the Y. And maybe I should punch out a lot of the faces in there because I don't need them, and that's just unnecessary polys that I'm rendering. Alright, next. Tab out. Click that, go there. Shift right click there. Add a cube. Scale that cube down. And GY. Alright. GX. Yep. And then 3. Extrude. And extrude again. Whoa. That was weird. And that's just puncture through the floor. Oh. Me transparent. Hit W to get back to the selection tool. Back to Y. Zoom in. And make it bigger. And then 3 GZ. 3 GX. And don't extrude. G. Oh, what the fuck? What the hell? What on earth? What? That's weird. What's up with that extra, like, trailing line? Ah, Jesus fucking Christ. Shooting a Z.
Come on.
Remove only faces. What the hell? Grab all 3 of those. Okay, at least that side is somewhat normal. Let's go around to that side. Shift D on the X. And just move you in there. Make sure that looks decent. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Let me... Transparent. Select both of those. Untransparent. And move them outward. Okay. And now, the garage doors. Garage doors. Tap back out. Shift A mesh plane. Rotated on the X 90 degrees. And then moved in. Scaled up. Subdivide, 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 and subdivide. a GY there. And a GY here. Make for a pretty decent garage door look. Use the same white material. A Shift D on the X. I've never seen anything more beautiful. All right. Now let's go into the house and punch out these bases. All right. Oh, and then head back out. Shift A, mesh, UV, delete. Shift right click, Shift A, add mesh, UV sphere, tab in, transparent, tab in, delete voidices, A, let's get out of transparency mode, and G on the X. Shift D on the Y. Beautiful. All right. What else am I missing? Oh, right, the lights inside. Before I forget, though, got my house parts. Call you sconces. Give you new material. Call the sconce material. Don't use nodes. Yeah, make it black, metallic, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Just matters that the channel is defined. G on the X. I'm getting better and better at making these. I'll probably have to make a new version of each of the houses that I design, just because I've learned so much new on each of these that I'm just gonna have to throw out a lot of what I've done and redo it, but that's just part of the process. And I just now noticed that those shutters are big up there, and they're also not even close to the window itself. So grab that, scale it in the Z. I also want to fix the borders there. They're a little futzed up. That's better. All right. What's up with that end? Okay. Click that. Join. Get out of edit mode. Join. File. Export dahe. FBXA. X forward. Z up. I just remembered. Control Z. Control A. Apply all transforms. Save there. Control J. Export. FBX. Selected objects. Mesh. X forward. Z up. Yep. And go in here. Find Blender. Homes. Date modified. Let's go. Houses. House meshes. Oh, nope, not a blueprint class. I want a new folder. 1125. GPD house. And then drag the FBX in, kicking and screaming. And let's see if it does this nicely. I forgot to verify that the garage doors were normalized in the right direction. Delete that. Go back to Blender. We'll see. What? They are the right... Huh. That's weird. That's really weird. Oh, never mind. I didn't even have the garage doors in the export. That's silly. Control S, Control A, all transforms. Grab everything. Control J. Delay, exporte, FBXA, exporte. Control Z and save. Go back to here. Go to there. Drop that in again. Import again. Ah, that is a good looking house. That is a good looking house. I could eat that house. Alright. A few things I want to fix before digging into other stuff. Replace that white material with a common. Replace the window texture with the lit window material. The roof material with the standard roof material. Metal material replaces the sconce material. Replace that shutters for that shutters. And I have a brick material. What else? No, I think that's fine. Let me go and grab that door material. It isn't quite the wood color that I'm looking for. Roughness 1. This regular one? Yeah, it's fine. Plus, okay, yeah, that's wonderful. And then introduce it like you introduce a common household pest. Boosh. and move you over. Alright. At some point, I'm going to need to do a quality control pass where I verify that every house is at most 60 feet wide. There are a few of these that are definitely not. But let's go ahead and play. Yeah, it definitely looks nice. Great. Oh, I also have to fix the collisions on all of these. I also have to fix that. Oh, I also forgot to put a front slab on each way of any of these houses. I only did it on this one. I'm definitely going to need to do that. There's also lighting issues that need to be fixed. But for now, this is a very nice looking Grand Planto Drive. Now, one thing that I was curious about is obviously every one of these houses has a sidewalk. How would I show the sidewalk? So first, what's up with this texture? What did I do wrong here? It's going to be the Heller collections. Oh, favorites. Neighborhood misc. I'm gonna get rid of that one. I'm gonna get rid of those two. Sidewalk. What is going on with you, buddy? Okay. 85. Well, before I do that, one other little test. A directional light. Okay. So these changes only show up in very low light conditions. So UE5 blotches in mesh in low light. Increase light map resolution of the affected meshes. Oh, don't enable day night. Yeah, go ahead and save that. Okay, search link. Generate light map UVs. 128 resolution. Look at this. Back to here. Build lighting only. $5 says it's about to explode. I'm very happy though that my computer is handling all of this. I spoke too soon. It just hit 100%. Oh. Driveway object has overlapping UVs. Reset tightly bounding light mass importance volume to optimize your scene's quality and lighting build times. Enable error coloring to visualize. Optimization. Visualizers? Nope. LOD? Nope. Enable error coloring. Error coloring. Light features. Developer? I have to Google this, aren't I? Yep. UE5 error coloring enabled. Navigate to the toolbar, build options drop down. Okay. Areas during light pickup will be baking, I guess, colors in the light map area. Is it the lighting? And hello, 100% CPU load again. How pleasant to see. Oh. Okay, so that's that error coloring thing. Okay. Overlapping UVs is the issue. And both driveway and sidewalk have them. So, UV. I don't know what it means. UV5. Regenerate UVs. Ah, there we go. Unwrap or project mesh on the UV space. Okay. Modeling mode. Let us drag out und driveway and sidewalk. Wait, that's another driveway? Why did they come out two different sizes? What have I done? Oh well. Shift 5 into modeling. And UVs. Auto UVs. Except I think that worked. Let's build lighting again. Welcome back, a returning sponsor of today's stream. 100% CPU load. Damn it. Huh. Are these not actually using driveway splines? Segments. Those are using the driveway. And it's using the sidewalk. Which is the hill? Okay. Bring the driveway back out. Back to shift 5. Grab this flickering mass out of the... Why is that? Okay, that's just weird. Alright. Click on that. Where is the UVs? UVs, auto UV. That looks fine, I guess. I don't know what I'm looking at. And then build lighting again. One more time for our sponsor, CPU load. Hell yeah. Oh. Box? Where the hell is box? Ah, there's box. Goodbye, box. Okay. I got the UVs figured out. I think next I would like to... I probably need to go back and lessen the intensity of my garage door slats. No reason for them to be that massive. Alright. Next, I went to... Go into Shift 2. Go into... What layer are you? Whatever, you'll be in red layer for now. It doesn't really matter. And control click. Oh god. Delete. Control click. Okay. Then put you over there. Control click. Control click. Control click. And control click. Okay. All segments, and I select them to be easy sidewalk. One element, sidewalk, and control points, half width of 50. Oh yeah, that's a sidewalk. I could eat off that sidewalk. Okay. And extend that. Extend that. Ew. Not liking. That's weird. Yeah, that's really weird. Oh, it's just the sidewalk meshes themselves don't turn. So you do a half width of 100. And you can't up to there. Half width of 75. Oh. Half of the 50. And move you back. And go ahead and grab that one. And I cannot actually see the gizmo. Hey, that'll work. Expand that. Do 75. Move you in a bit. Oh, right. Alright, and then this one at the start. Beautimous. Next up, let's bring up that neighborhood map again. Next one is much the same as the first. All right. I can already tell there's going to be a large garden plot there. But these ones need to angle themselves in a bit because it does curl into the house. And just move them in. Select. No, it only really gets big over here. So 100. And then the one embedded in the door. And then 100. Actually, let me grab that one. If you out a bit. Rotate you. There we go. And sind muss over there. Magnifique. Maybe expand you to 125 so you just fill out the entryway. And what on earth is that? Huh. Go there. Increase you to 75 so it looks a little organic. But yeah, when I get to closer to a full release, all of these are going to need like 20-50 points per spline. But that is for later, Joe, to be concerned with. Right now, boink, 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 boink. Oh, what the hell? Ah, God damn it. Yeah. And that freeze has told me, in no uncertain terms, I should save my progress. Start these control points. The width of 50. Or else it's going to be filling the dam out of my vision here. Segments. Add un mesh. Slappy there. Alright. Another nice thing about these slabs is I've never seen one of these front entryways where the slab actually expands once it hits the entryway step. And this is a direct 90-degree angle. Will it allow me to do that? It doesn't like it, but it's allowing it. And yeah, I'm gonna have to do a real good job in 0.6 cleaning these lines up. But thankfully, 0.6, if I play my cards right, is going to be entirely clean up. So I'll be very grateful for the opportunity to just take what I've done and make it more presentable. And let's take it down to 70. That looks better. Alright. Over to this side. I'm starting to get to... Oh yeah, this one has an entryway slab that I've totally missed. Let me go and get that done. That's going to be 1030 GPD. 1130. Yep. Alright. And so I can do this two ways, and I think I'm going to do it the easy way. Grab the wall. Really? Oh, 2. Wait, really? It thinks it's... Alright, well, both of those need to be joined. You know what? For the driveway, I will just... the garage, I'll just lift the driveway a little bit. Okay. Go to there. E. Downward. But yeah, I can just eyeball that. That looks good. Grab these 3. E them out that way. Yeah. That'll do. Save. Back out of edit mode. Windows to door. Control J. File. Export as an FBX. Subject objects. Mesh. X forward. Z up. 1030 house GPD. Control Z until it's all broken up again. Back to here. Go to 1130 GPD house, right click, re-import. And I already see that change. And for fuck's sake, the damn normals. Really? Three. Nope, not windows, walls. Alt N, flip. Alt N, flip. Alt N, flip. And before I do anything else, I am curious. Blender, export, Legion. That's UE4. Ah, well. I can just redo it myself. It's not a massive problem. Bless. Windows door. Leave edit mode. Join. File. Export. FBX. Same as before. Go back to here. Re-import. There we go. Alright. And now back to there. And control click. Control click. Control click. Oh, right. All control points. Set that to 50. Control click. Oh my god. Alright, and what have I done here? Alright, set all segments. Spline meshes. Okay, what happens if I add the house as a... Oh, that's good. Alright. As for you, 75 half width, 70 half width. Alright. Down you to 60. I'm sure. Yeah. It's 50 or yeah, 50 sine or cosine 45, I think is what I'm looking for. 50 sine 45 42. Oh, radians, degrees. Can I 50 sine 45 equals 35? That's not right either. What am I missing here? 50 cosine 45. At least those two numbers are the same. So it's taking in the hypotenuse. Ah, God. If only I remember my trigonometry. Uh, right angle trig formulas. Oh. So I want sine or cosine. No. How to get hypotenuse. Right angle, get hypotenuse given side. Oh, come on, I've been out of college for years. Just give me the damn. So sine. What if I want to find the hypotenuse? How does that? Sine theta over opposite equals hypotenuse? No. Equals square root of a squared plus b squared. Okay, yeah, that'll do. Let's bring up the calculator. So 50 b squared 2500 plus 50 squared. Yep. So square root. Oh Jesus. Square root of 5,000, 50,000, 5,000. Square root of 5,000. What? 5,000 square root. Oh, that's the square of 5,000. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna scream. There we go. 70.7. Jesus. So basically 70. And then set that up at the diagonal as best I can. I'm not sure why I'm putting so much effort into this. All right. This one has a sidewalk that starts there. Go ahead and nip that giant ass hat in the bud. You go out to about there and then do a sharp turn. After which you slink over to the driveway. Splanade Machies. Alright, the needful are go there, make that 70. And that is a right angle from the doorway, so let's rotate that and rotate that. over. Move you just a bit over. Darn. Yeah, that's looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Okie dokie. Next is a sloping sidewalk. Start there. Half width of 50. Let's go ahead and start this off right. Goes there. This is a much gentler slope around. And then segments. Add one, index 0, that. Mag, and I cannot stress this enough. Magnifique. And I don't think that needs much adjusting. Just a little bit. But yeah, for now, that's perfect. And then here, a very simple mesh. Rotate you there. Give you a half width of 50. Might want to give these a half width of like 75 instead. Let's see what they look like with the sidewalk on. Yeah, 75. Control points. 55. Yeah, that'll be fine. All right. Oh yeah, that should probably be wide enough to fill out the so 300. Yeah. $350 and $350. Grab those three and just drag them into there. This one. That'll be fine there. Over to here. That is acceptable. Obviously not for a final release, but for this very simple shindig, it will do. I'm going to want to increase these two. 300. Yeah, that's better. And just shunt you into the side there. And you're good. All right. I also need to put sconces on all of the houses. Just because in most fancier places, there are little sconces, little status lights on the front of the house that just stay on for the entirety of nighttime. Alright. Just notice the fact that it's bright daylight let's go in here, set that back to 1 lux. Check in with guild chat. Alright. Alright. Well, wait a second. Whoa. Oh. I wasn't aware that was a thing. Okay. Cool. Alright. Let me grab the list of things remaining that I made earlier today. Oh god. Let's close you. Please have saved. I don't know when the sync stops syncing. Alright. That's still syncing. I'm going to let that sit for a bit. He says, overestimating his own patience. Oh, mercy. Darn. Gotta drink some water. And what if I just type something? Is that gonna... Huh. Oh, OneNote is just downloading. That's wild. The hell are you downloading? You already have all this stuff on. Is it every few seconds, 5 megabits a second? So it's downloading, syncing, downloading, syncing. I'm sure it's fine. Alright. Control V. Alright. So, I have one more Planto that I need to make. The Japanese maple. Currently, all the other plant... Whoa. What did I do? Okay. Oh. It's, Huh. I'm gonna need to be careful about that. Anyway, I've still got the Japanese maples as these, placeholder textures. I need to make them not quite so placeholder. I'm going to redo how garden plots and the plants in them are displayed. At game time, if you have never been to a garden plot before, it and the plants in it are going to be grayed out. When you step onto it for the first time, the plants will get color. I need to implement that. Currently, it's the plants are a question mark until you get onto the garden plot. And I want the shape of the plants at least to be there, so the player isn't just looking at a distant garden plot of question marks. As I was making the Planto meshes, I realized that it wasn't just going to be a single mesh for Planto. I wanted to have more variety, because if you have 2 tulips in a garden plot and both of them are the same exact shape and color, you as a player is going to be like, okay, the dev is just lazy. I want 3 or 4 different variants for each plant, and for stuff like tulips, just a table of colors that the game can choose for those tulips. Right now, when the Plantos get free, and that process is also broken, I broke a lot of things in this sprint. Once the Plantos are freed, they tend to just freely spin around with infinite amounts of momentum. They never stop. Nothing slows them down. It's the game physics leering its ugly head. It's just a thing that happens. And I need to change that so either they just stop having physics after a few seconds, or the stalk of the plant has a mesh inside of it that acts to counteract the spin to slow it down. So it's not necessarily the fact that it's moving is the problem. It's the fact that if you just punt it on accident, it's going to go flying off in a random direction. I don't want that. Something like a dampening thing. Inertial dampening. I put it there. And then look into finding or making a reverse walking animation for when the raccoon has a plant in its jaws. Also look into a holding small plant running animation. And that's not going to be anything special. It's just going to be a 2-step animation that's always got the raccoon running straight. For 0.6 or later, I'll put in some head tracking. Oh, that's something I forgot. Implement head tracking when a human comes near an animal. Forgot about that. The baby raccoon. I put the baby raccoon implementation to the side to get the rest of the stuff. It's still there. I believe it still works. But right now, the baby raccoon is just it follows you around, and if you go to dig, it just digs in a random area and create a new icon to show. It just digs in a random area, and its pathfinding breaks a lot of the time. So rework how the baby raccoon functions, and I have to think about that. Do I want I want the baby to just follow you and then give you a buff to something. Either it makes you dig faster, or it makes you dig bigger, something like that. I'm not entirely sure yet, because I want it to be when you're in digging mode, the baby raccoon is following your camera at a distance enough that they're not just like mobbing you. And every time you click the dig, the baby raccoon does a dig animation. So instead of them digging separately, I want them to dig But whether that means the digging is faster or the digging is bigger is another matter. I think I'm leaning towards bigger. Dig with you and dig with you and what? And what and what and what? Make the dig wider and deeper. Maybe make a different set of meshes with small divots on the side of the dig mesh where the baby raccoon digs. I like that. Oh, and make more dig meshes. I went into a gameplay section of Deep Rock Galactic, and I noticed that the digging was almost deterministic, and I do not wish this for them, but if that source code ever finds its way on the internet, I don't think I'd look into it, because that's a violation of those poor devs. But man, I would be tempted. Because like Deep Rock Galactic, I would love it if I could see how they make those caves. Because each time you dig and a chunk of earth is blasted out, what's left behind is this angular shape, and it fits near perfectly in with the rest of the map, and I'm sure it's something heavily custom. I'm also sure that I could remake it with the dynamic mesh stuff that I've been doing, but man, I'd love to be a fly on the wall of that dev team's deving. Maybe I should ask them. I almost promise you they'd be like, what the hell? Go away. Anyway, general fixes. I forgot this in the last executable, but it's either very easy or very difficult to implement. Just turn the head towards a human by a certain percent when a human comes near an animal. Homeowner at the moment is broken. Right now they don't interact with the player at all. And part of that is I need to rework how the homeowner AI handles closeness to the player, because right now it's how does it work? It's not good. It's just like an AI move to until it's within so many units of the player, and I need to make it a lot more context aware. Like if the player is in a hole, then the homeowner cannot get close to the player. And there's lots of cases where diegetically the player should be interacting with the homeowner, but they ain't. I need to just play around with the homeowner. I need to create a few animations for the homeowner. One is a transition from idle to distracted, and a distracted animation to play if a non-hostile homeowner sees the player. At the moment, it's just a T-pose, and I don't want to release something with that. I've already abandoned the thought of making a custom homeowner and animal control car meshes for this release. 0.6 definitely, but not for this. And also create animal control leaving car animation, and find or create a captioned asset for them to hold. Neighborhood and hub area vibe check stuff. Reconstruct the transition from the hub and neighborhood. Let's actually see what happens right now when I do that. Does it still function? Did I even leave the transition over here? Move to hub here. Oh. Okay, and is the save game still intact? Okay, good. I didn't actually want that intact. Alright. What on earth are you looking at? Oh, that's a directional light. I need to remind myself that the player doesn't see this, but I still should probably go back and fix it. You can definitely see like the evolution of my. Of course, I'm saying this. There's one person watching. Who's the second guy watching on Twitch? Because one of them's me. But you can see the evolution. Like those first two, I didn't give a damn about the back. I started thinking, I might as well put a back on it. And here we get a pretty solid edge to it over here. That house was just easy to make. That house was a pain in the ass. This central area, I'm proud of what I made, but damn, that was complicated. And then this, my most recent house, I've got to say that this has got to be the best house I've made so far. Anyway, back to this. Set up a few transitions to the neighborhood and find a way to signal to the player that the transitions locations where they are when they are near. Have a loading screen. In the hub area, rebuild the Planto planting mechanic so it works again. Rebuild the hub area so it's just a bare hill you spawn in front of. For 0.6, the hub area will look much closer to an actual like forest. In the hub area, have a transition to the neighborhood level. Be an object the player interacts with. In 0.6, this is going to be a raccoon den that serves as a loading screen as the player transitions to the much more performant neighborhood level. Reintroduce streaming levels so the hub and neighborhood levels aren't loaded at the same time. There's some code in the plants and stuff that freak out when I did this earlier. I'm gonna need to figure out what happened and how to fix it. Create the balance of the game world. Just trigger volume set up as invisible walls. I've done that before. It's not complicated. Create blocking tree assets to serve as the visible components of the invisible walls. That's simple. I fixed the driveway mesh issues already. Fiddle with the lighting some more. I don't need to fix it now. Maybe put an hour into it and see what I can make happen. And save game system. Ow. The hell? Make it easy to add or remove the save game system during testing. When I test individual components, the save game system is annoying because it saves everything, making unit testing a bit more difficult. This list is somewhat in order of priority. I have 11 more days. If I was a betting man, I would say the test plant stuff is going to be 2 days. Maybe 1. Baby raccoon, probably going to be another 1 or what? Another 1 or 2 days. That's going to be another day. The animations are going to be a day all to themselves, so probably 2 or 3 days there. Then neighborhood hub area. That's a day. That all is another day. Save game system's probably going to be a day all in of itself. Then again, I'm talking about 4-hour increments. So let me Design 1/2 day. Reworking the test plant. Either 3 days. Baby raccoon. 2 days. Let's say 1 to 2. Because that all could be very easy to add or annoying. General fixes. When head tracking, when a human comes near an animal. Look up YouTube cuts off stream. I don't want to watch YouTube videos while I'm streaming. That just feels a little dirty. Homeowner doesn't actually interact with the player. Fix it. And then I know how to do the animations. I just have to make them. Did I put a time on that? Let's say 2 days. Down here. Player transition location in there. Have a loading screen. Hub area. Let's do this. YouTube cuts for a loading screen. Off stream. Hub area. Rebuild the planet mechanic. Rebuild the hub area so it's a bear hill you spawn in front of. Hub area. Have a transition to the neighborhood level be an object the player interacts with. Have a loading screen during this transition. Yep. Reintroduce streaming levels so the hub and neighborhood levels aren't loaded at the same time. Yep. Create bounds of game world and blocking trees. Alright. Etc. That's gonna be 1 day. What's all this? Transition. Mechanic. Hub area. Reintroducing levels. That's 1 day. And then save game system. Probably 1 day again. So let's take the max. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then upload to Steam 1 day. No idea how complex this is. Probably need to do off stream. Okay. That's all that. And I am tired. Yeah. I like the multi-stream. That definitely has worked out for me so far. And I think I am going to call it there. Gonna make a another little YouTube short. Maybe a YouTube long as well. And that will serve as the remainder of my effort tonight. For now, thank you for being here with me, Beans. And I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be starting probably 10:30ish, maybe 11. I'm doing some guild events with some guildies. On that note, I will see you later.